welcome to Showtime with me, Aisha. On today's discussion, we'll be looking at the northern entertainment industry and how the industry has gone so far. But before we go into what we have for you today, let's take our quick break, and when we return, the show continues. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. On our show today, we have a special guest, which is Mukhtar Musa Bako. He'll be talking to us about the northern entertainment industry and the way forward. You're welcome on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Okay. So can you tell our viewers about you and what you do?
I'm Mukhtar Musa Bako, as you rightly mentioned, and a cinematographer, an editor, and a technical person generally in the media industry.
Okay, so for talking about the northern entertainment industry, where do you think the northern entertainment industry is right now?
Well, actually right now we have come so far to our own level, and we have a long way to go, that's why we are striving to get to. Okay. So I would say so far we are where we are.
So, okay.
But we need to do a lot to get to where we are going to.
So what are you guys striving for?
There are so many instances whereby the government will start talking about unemployment, the youth are jobless, things like that. Forgetting that the entertainment industry is one place that offers a lot of jobs to the youths. Now, what we are trying to do by bringing northern entertainment industry into the limelight is to see that some of the mistakes of this kind of organizations in the past, we make sure we harmonize it and bring it close, and then bring a level platform for all industry players to have a level platform to play upon, and then build structures and system for the industry itself. Like, let me give you an instance of issue that has to do with documentation. We don't have any documentation regarding our actors, our cinematographers, our technical persons in the industry, and we call it an industry. For instance, a person wants to screen an actor from a foreign country or a scriptwriter from a foreign country. There's no avenue for them to do that. They have to either come here or source for somebody to go and look for that person. By doing that, they are cutting the paycheck that this person is supposed to get. So we want to create that level platform that everything will become easy. One can be screened from foreign countries, one can be screened even within Nigeria, and then it gets to him directly. So we want to bring documentation that you can get information about actors, information about producers, information about screenwriters, about the technical people generally in the industry. Okay. So that's what brought
So how
up.
do you guys plan to do this?
Well, our planning to do that is by bringing stakeholders on board to discuss. We bring out the issues to them, we put it on the table, and then we discuss together with them, and then we bring out a white paper to achieve that.
Okay. So are you saying that the northern entertainment industry is not where it's supposed to be, or has not gotten to a level of...
Actually, what I'm trying to say is that we are beyond our counterparts. We are behind our counterparts. We want to take the northern entertainment industry to another level. We are where we are, as I mentioned earlier, but right now we need to do a little bit more to get to another level. That is why we even tag ourselves taking the northern entertainment industry to the global market. We are creative, so we are at level of creativeness now. We want to transform that creativeness into business. Mm-hmm. So that is moving to the next level. And at the same time, the technology is moving far ahead of us. You find out that in the industry, some places will start using red camera, black magic also ahead of the northern entertainment industry. It will take us like a year or two before we catch up to start using those equipment. So now we want to position ourselves and restructure the industry in the sense that anytime there's new advancement in the industry, we catch up immediately and we fall into that place.
Okay, so are you guys a group that moved away from the entertainment industry, like to form your own movement?
We are not a group and we are not breaking away. We are still part and parcel of other groups that exist in the industry. Well, we discovered that these groups, there are some lapses, which we feel, or the group, the people that come together to form this are of people of like minds. So we feel we can come together and better the system. Like for instance, you see these realtors building a lot of estates for people in the oil sector, for people in the banking sector, the people in other sectors. But we in the entertainment industry, we don't have a better living. We can't access these things. So if we come together as one body and discuss with these real estates personnel, they will build a place for us that we can have it in an easy way. And then we may call it a film estate. And at the same time, there are other programs that government introduced, like the NHIS. The practitioners in the movie industry or in the entertainment industry are not enjoying that because we don't have a system that can key into that or key us into that so that we can access such things. Okay. And when you discover our legends, the veterans that set up these things, like the people like Casimiro, Golubo, Uznabodara, they are still existing, some of them. Some of them are late, and their families are suffering. We don't have system of pension or whatsoever, or royalty that these people, their family will enjoy from. So these are few things that we want to address by coming together to set up another entertainment industry.
How have been the journey so far?
Well, as you know, every journey has its own paddles. So right now, we are not finding it easy, but we are hoping to cross it. Because whenever you bring new initiatives, some people will back out, some people will say it's just a scam, different things will come up. But we are hoping we'll cross it by God's grace. And that's why we are even setting up a stakeholders meeting this Saturday in Kano. We want to meet stakeholders, we want to talk, we want to deliberate over some certain things before the main event coming up on the 10th of December.
Okay, so can I ask you how the industry is battling with piracy and copyrights?
Well, that is one thing you can't take away from Nigerians. Because we like free things, I must say. And nobody respects creativity in Nigeria. Because piracy hadn't been, we know what it means for somebody to sit, create something and bring it to the market. We will respect not to copy it or not to borrow it or not to duplicate it and sell out. So piracy, I think the government has to stand up on it and do a lot of advocacy before this thing will stop.
Okay. So what have been your challenges with starting up? You've given us a few, but what have been the main?
When you're starting up anything like this that involves a lot of movement, a lot of people to deal with, the major thing you consider is the finance. But we are not looking at that as a problem for us. We feel whatsoever we can do, we'll cross the path, we'll achieve it.
So what's that main thing that you guys feel that the industry is not given now that you really need to change?
Okay, let's go back to era of ICT, whereby most of the people you see in this industry, they either learn the trade from someone or they were just perseverance to learn what they are doing. So where we are coming into, we are organizing workshops that our editors, our cinematographers, our scriptwriters will be taking through the latest techniques of achieving these things. So that is part of what the workshop we are having is going to address. And at the conference, we are going to discuss new ways so that we'll come out with a blueprint or a white paper that will set the pace for the future generation to take over. And then, like I mentioned, we have another thing called Gala and Award Night. That we are going to award the elders that set the pathway for us, which we are riding upon. And then at the same time, we are going to address, we are going to award and recognize some of the people that have been helping the creative industry generally in the North.
So you feel by doing that, or these few points you've just mentioned, this can go a long way in changing a lot of things in the industry?
Actually, it's going to address some of the narratives. Because part of the narrative that we're having is, and when you mentioned that you work with the entertainment industry, the first impression you are a wayward person. But bringing stakeholders and the government into it to recognize that it is not just about the creative people alone. We have a lot of people that work in this industry from all spheres of life. Be it you are a merchant, be it you are a carpenter, a welder, you are all part of this industry because one way or the other we look for you to come and do something for us. So by doing this, we are bringing people closer to the entertainment or to the creative world so that they know, okay, if we become part and parcel of these people, instead of looking at them as wayward people, we will just help them to change the narrative because they are replicating what is happening in the society and giving it out to us.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, talking about awards, you were actually talking about giving awards to stakeholders. You know, in the industry, like making a movie, it's not just about the cast and producers. There are people behind the scene. And funny enough, those people behind the scene are not really, I'm not saying it on my own, but looking at it, they don't really get that, they don't really get that recognition that they actually deserve, you get. So are you guys going to look into that aspect too in order to change your narrative?
Sure, because I sitting here, I'm a victim of such. I know for how long I've been carrying cameras up and down, for how long I have been editing movies and other programs, and I know how long I've been in the industry and contributed to a lot of media houses, but nobody knows me. So by bringing them to the foyer through the training, through all this, we'll get documents of people that are in that system. Like here now, there are so many cameramen that are working in this very building, which personally I don't know them. And sometimes back, I'm the vice chairman of Cinematographers Association. So you see, there is no structure because we don't get to know each other. Talk less of even awarding or recognizing who is doing that, who is doing that, who is doing that to award him. So we're going to change that narrative, God's willing.
Okay. So for now, what's the milestone you've achieved? And can you say you've started seeing results or?
Sure. We have started seeing results in the sense that there are a lot of elder stakeholders in the industry that we have talked with, and some of them have given us their own remark and input on what they want us to do, how they want us to address some certain things. And even people that are not from this sector, the creative sector, that we talked with, and they actually told us that this is a positive thing, and make sure you do it and take it to where you intend to.
Okay, so I hope you guys are striving beyond every challenges and everything to make it better.
God's feeling we are doing the best we can to strive harder and to get to the destination.
So talking about those behind the scene and stuff, is it that you being the vice president, is it that you guys formed? Okay, you said you didn't form any group, but is it most of the people in this particular movement right now, are they those behind the scenes, or?
It's mixed up.
Okay.
Because we are not doing it for just particular group of people. We are doing it for the whole industry. As long as you're a creative person from northern Nigeria, you're part and parcel of this movement, except if you don't want to.
Okay.
We are trying to recognize the whole creative people that are in northern Nigeria. Even if you are an artist that draw, you're part of the industry, music artists, music producers, music engineers, cinematographers, set designers, all they are part of the industry. That is why we call ourselves the Northern Entertainment Hub. The Northern Entertainment Hub is the bigger body. Under the Northern Entertainment Hub, that is where we are having this Northern Entertainment Week. The Northern Entertainment Week is a week long of activities, which we have done the unveiling on the 26th. Now we want to do the conference. After the conference, we are going to do the workshop, and the workshop then we close with gala and award night at Bolingo Xperia Hotel. So everybody in the industry is invited, and attendance is free. Where we want to deliberate. In the conference, we are going to deliberate, talk about our issues, and then come out with white paper, as I've mentioned earlier. And at the workshop, we want to bring the new techniques in editing, the new techniques in camera we have, how to operate them, and then other bodies too we have.
Are they going to be like free training or kind?
It's a free training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you guys see yourself in 2 years from now?
Well, it's good to aim high, because in my religion they say if you want to ask God, come with a bigger ball to ask God. So I see ourselves being the major hub that will export talents globally.
So out of my questions I've asked you, is there anything that you would like to say that I haven't asked you yet about?
Well, let me just add by just saying anybody that is in the creative industry that feels that this journey is not for him is going to miss a lot. That's just it in a nutshell.
It?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukhtar, for coming on the show today.
It's a pleasure having me.
We are happy to have your kind of person that sees a greater entertainment industry in the North, and hopefully we embrace it for something better.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.